Hey guys, it's Two Gorgeous Gals on our weekly video because we don't have the live spot yet. Although I did put a post up, we have 47 followers, so yay! But we need 53 more. So spread the word so we can get out there and get live. And that way we can just do this in real time instead of, we're going to do two 15-minute videos tonight. And tonight we're going to talk about dreams. We did have a poll and 2 people, thank you, answered that they'd like to hear us talk about some of the dream things that are going on. We're going to do 2 parts. The first part is going to be more of like somewhat of an educational research, and certainly not medical advice, or if you need mental,
It's for
whatever
entertainment
it is.
purposes only.
There you go. Entertainment purposes only. So we're just going to talk, and Crick is going to do more of the talking tonight because she's more privy to this information than I am. So I may ask questions. We want you to ask questions. Interact with us, please. That way we know that we're doing it right.
Yep.
Or if we're not doing it right, we are open to constructive criticism at any time. No
Yep.
haters, please. But so we're going to start with what are dreams?
Yep. Oh, and then the second part is going to be more interpretation,
Oh.
symbols, the fun stuff.
Yeah, like the spiritual-ish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what is spirit trying to tell you, or, those kind of things.
Right. Okay, so breaking it all the way down to basics, what are dreams? In a physical sense, it's a complex interplay of brain activity during sleep involving sensory, cognitive, and emotional experiences, often featuring images, sensations, and emotions that can feel real even if they're illogical or incoherent. They happen during any stage of sleep, but the most vivid dreams occur during REM. And what are some theories behind why we dream? One is memory consolidation, and they think that it helps us process and store information from our waking life. My nose just started itching. One is problem solving, that it might allow our brain to explore potential solutions to problems. And one is emotional processing, where it could help us process and regulate emotions. I think it's everything.
I agree.
I think it's
'cause
a little bit of all of it.
I know, like, growing up, I would have a reoccurring dream. And at some point, there's like being in your dream and lucid dreaming, where like the other day with the lottery tickets.
Oh, yeah.
I dreamt 3 numbers, and then when I played them, the time was off, and then the numbers were in reverse. So,
Right.
I mean, but in my dream, though, I remember saying I need to show this to somebody because when I get back or wherever, I'm going to play these numbers. So that was kind of the lucid, because I was thinking of myself in the waking sense. So lucid dreaming, you can.
Well, in my research, I found out I did not know, because I thought lucid dreaming was where you have control of your dream. But it turns out, like, even if you're conscious of the fact that this is a dream right now, or I remember this from another dream, that is also lucid dreaming.
Yeah.
I thought it was just the Inception type stuff.
The way that I found out that I could lucid dream was because in my dreams, I would be blind.
Oh.
But right before I woke up, I would be able to see. So in my dreams, because my eyes are open, which gotta be so freaky. When I'm sleeping, my eyes are open, which is why I can't see. But in my dreams, I tell myself, close your eyes, and I can see.
Oh, weird. That's cool.
Yeah. But anyways, okay.
Okay. Back to the entertainment educational part.
Yes.
Okay. So psychologically speaking, Dreams are a series of images, ideas, and emotions and sensations that occur involuntarily during sleep. Freud says that they're symbolic expressions of unconscious desires and repressed thoughts. If you've taken any psychology whatsoever, you know that Freud was a freak. Freud was, whew, okay. Carl Jung, who was a student of Freud, a bit of a freak himself, he believes that dreams hold psychological significance, just like Freud did, but they serve as a problem-solving function with archetypal symbols conveying prototypical life conflicts and possible resolutions. Mm-hmm. So he just believes that our subconscious, instead of just saying, get some rest or look at this paper at work, it gives you all kind of symbols and archetypal images.
Okay.
To help you to process the same stuff that really, I don't know why they don't just say, turn left. But okay, so there is the psychological theory or belief. It's the activation synthesis theory, and it says that dreams are a result of random brain activity during REM sleep, with the brain trying to make sense of just the random brain electrical signals. There's the emotional regulation theory that says that dreams help us to process and cope with emotions and trauma in a safe space, with the amygdala, which is emotion, and the hippocampus, which is memory, being extremely active during vivid dreaming.
Yeah.
And then there's the threat simulation theory, and it serves as an evolutionary purpose, allowing us to practice identifying, avoiding, and dealing with potential threats. And it's during your dream, so if there is like violence or falling or crashing or anything, you don't get damage. You can learn how to process those things without the harm. I don't know. I've had some dreams that I felt harmed.
Well, yeah. But and when you mentioned this, the emotional regulation theory,
Mm-hmm.
so I had that reoccurring dream with my mom,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like 5. So, but she passed away when I was 5, so it was not that long after her death. But the first time I had it, but I remember her pulling up in a black limousine, and I wanted her to stay. And she just said she couldn't tell me why, but she just said she couldn't stay. And so, but if anything, that messed me up more.
Mm-hmm.
But I think now that I look at it as an adult and process through it as an adult, I realized that it was a closure, and that was the best that I could have gotten.
Yeah.
Because there was no closure. So, and then the other with the being in danger,
Mm-hmm.
I remember a reoccurring dream, and it was before my dad passed away, that kept happening, and it had to do with us being in danger of being kidnapped by somebody my dad entrusted us with. And then, but after he passed, then I didn't have that again. And actually, we kind of got messed up by after his passing, we kind of got messed up by the people that he entrusted our well-being with. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, futuristic dreams or...
Well, we're about to get to
Yeah.
that because we're hitting on the spiritual part of dreams.
Yeah.
Are you done? I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
I'll just chime in whenever.
Okay. So, spiritually speaking, dreams are a way to tap into higher perspectives, receive guidance, or gain insights into oneself or the world, and potentially offering messages from the divine or one's higher self. They can be for communication and guidance. Some believe dreams are a channel for communication from higher powers, offering guidance, answers, and spiritual teaching. There's the inner exploration, saying that dreams can be seen as a way to explore the depths of one's psyche, uncovering hidden emotions, desires, fears, and unresolved issues. There are the soul journeys, and some view dreams as a form of astral travel or soul journey where consciousness ventures beyond the physical body. And then there's healing and transformation, and it's a tool for healing and transformation, allowing individuals to process emotions, traumas, or spiritual growth.
Okay.
And the three types that I found like definitively in the types of spiritual dreams are warnings, which are warnings about future difficulties or attack, confirmation dreams, that they confirm what you already believe about a person or situation, or prophetic dreams that reveal the future. Yeah. And I looked up, I was curious to see what are the 10 most common dreams in America. And I only went to 8 because I saw a definite pattern, didn't feel like I needed to go further. We'll count down from 8. Drowning, 7, cheating, 6, death, 5, naked in public, 4, losing teeth, 3, flying, 2, falling, and 1, being chased. And almost every one of these is anxiety.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep. But I heard an awesome theory about losing your teeth.
Okay.
That yes, it is an insecurity, anxiety dream, but you can also look at it as that's how food information, something is being brought into the body, and maybe you're biting off more that you can chew. Maybe you need to break your problem situation down into smaller digestible pieces, and then you'd be able to handle it better. And I like that better.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's the educational part of tonight.
All right. So let's talk maybe a little bit more about like instances where you've had dreams of like a confirmation of something or a prophetic dream.
When I was little, I had a lot of prophetic dreams. Jump rope on the playground with my friend. My grandfather had prophetic dreams. He dreamt of a 6-point star. And every time he would dream of a point lighting up, he would see a scenario with someone he knew. It didn't have to be close family, but he would see their death.
Oh, wow.
And then within a week, they would die that way.
Yeah.
The 6th point, he woke up and told his wife, today's the day.
Oh.
He went to the restroom, he laid back down, and before waking up again, he had a heart attack and died in bed that morning.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, I don't know that I'd want to have that kind of prophetic thoughts.
Right.
But,
Well, I feel like I'd have gone to the hospital instead of going back to bed, but that's just me.
well, I don't know. If it's your time, it's your time, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
That's what I've always thought. Doesn't matter where you're at when you're doing, but yeah. How about warning dreams? Have you had any warning dreams?
I feel like I have, but I didn't realize it until after. Because this last big flood we had here, last year, whenever it was, I feel like when I look back in my dream journal, I feel like I predicted that.
Oh.
But I didn't put 2 and 2 together until after the fact.
Right.
But like with death, if you dream death, that scares a lot of people. But death is transformation and new beginnings. And in my family, if mama dreams I die and I stay dead, I'm pregnant.
Oh.
If I die and I come back to life, my sister's pregnant. She's 100%. She's 100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's funny.
So
That's awesome.
I feel like we should move to the fun part.
Yeah, let's do that. So we'll just be back in part 2, and yeah, then we'll be on the fun part.